Hi everybody, this is Billy from Fear to Stop. Hope everybody's doing pretty good. Background's my lovely wife Dana slash bandmate. How you doing, hon?
I'm good.
Glad. Hope everybody's doing good. We just recently dropped an album this past Friday called Blood In, Blood Out. Excuse me, Blood Out, Blood In. Um, yeah, long story. We actually were originally going to do an album. Well, we did an album called Blood In, Blood Out. It was originally going to be a double album, and we ended up splitting into two. And the funny part is we ended up having so many outtakes that the outtakes ended up being its own separate thing under the odds and ends name. Uh, and then the rest of the songs became this album. These are actually mostly newly written songs. I say mostly newly written because there is one exception. The song Captured, which was originally recorded in 2003, uh, we remade it, but the rest of it, the other 13 tracks on there are all newly written. Out of the 14 tracks on there, our daughter slash bandmate Jamie wrote 7 of them. And so it's a little bit of a different sound than what you all may be used to normally. So this is going to be kind of like a little bit of a series we're going to do. We're going to take a project that we did, and we're going to talk about it. Which is, you know, it's a good thing. I wish more artists would talk about their own music. Because to me, as a fan, not just as a musician, but as a fan, I like to know where, the other musicians I listen to. I want to know where they're coming from. I want to see, what inspires them. Why they did certain things. And I think the artists that are open with their fans like that, I think that's a good thing. Because to me, an artist should always be real with their fans. And what I mean by that, and don't worry guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. But what I mean by that is, be transparent. Doesn't mean everything, you have to be a complete open book. I mean, I'm sure you guys don't really care about, what I ate today or, what color is my bowel movement. I'm sure you guys really don't care about any of that mess. And you shouldn't, because if you did, I'd kind of worry about you, real talk. But what I mean is, you got to be genuine. You can't put on an air, pretend to, be someone that you're not. Because I'm sorry, but I can't stand phonies. But so we got on that weird tangent. That as it were, I hope you guys find this interesting. Because we've done so much music. I mean, we've been a band for 20 years, and we've recorded well over 1,200 songs. I mean, that's probably being conservative, to be honest with you. So we have about that many. We got about 1,200 on the hard drive on the computer. We got 2 suitcases full of cassettes over there. We got some CDs. A good portion of those are, either on the hard drive or online in some shape or form. But there are a few that never made it that far. Then there's some that have been lost forever, and then there's others on memory card that various memory cards, I should say, all baggy full of them that they've never even been converted. So yeah, I would say if you count the songs that are lost to time, whether the original tapes got lost or damaged beyond repair, or got erased somehow, I would say we've good 1,500. Well, would you say that's about right, hon?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I'd say let's say we have 1,500 songs. Oh boy, that's a lot of songs. If that was a 10-year period, that'd be 150 songs a year. That's not the case. So that would be 71. The average is 70. We're doing an average of 71 songs a year. But that'd be right.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we've done 9 albums in the past year. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. That can't be right. You know. Oh wait, I got Spotify open. Let's find out, guys. I'm gonna see how many albums we have. Now, you know what? Let me go ahead and start the album for you guys. Put it on as background music. Because I'm not gonna literally talk about every song and every single second of it. First song is called Death to Borash. That was written by Dean Entwistle, our talented bandmate. Plays everything on this song. Very talented multi-instrumentalist and vocalist. Although this album is all instrumental, which is our first all instrumental album in a while. A few months for us, but that's like several different releases. No, the last track on there it's not instrumental. Jamie's got that weird laugh speak thing that she's doing, that chanting. Alright, so I'm on Spotify. Now, we started recording music in 2001. I still have some cassettes, a couple of them in there. We'll do a video where I play some of the stuff from there. We started recording back in 2001. Released the first album, Go Time, back in 2015. But it was a mixture of newly recorded songs and a lot of old songs. Like some songs were all the way from like 2003. But we just never, released them. We used to put songs on various different websites for free streaming. Alright, this track is called Bat to the Future. It was actually written entirely by Jamie. I mentioned previously, out of the 14 songs, she wrote 7 of them. So, it's pretty cool. A little bit of electro sound with this one. I love it. Even though this part kind of reminds me of that song with Chainsmokers and Halsey. You know this part? Although, see that part, there's more notes in this than there is in the Chainsmokers song. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
It's more, the other one's more of a staccato. This one's, it's kind of like more of like a continuous, type thing. So anyway, we did it after Go Time bombed. We ended up losing our distribution deal. We paid money. It's not a deal. Agreement, as it were. We were with a Reverb Nation, which is, I do not go with Reverb Nation. That's gonna be the subject of another video. Different music distribution companies. We've been through several of them, but that's gonna be a whole nother video. Last May, we released another album called Dance of the Dead. Although, honestly, with the exception of, Arrival and Area 420, with the exception of 2 songs, there were older songs. Like some were 2005, some were like 2013. That one is 2005. That one's 2002. That one is 2014. Again, that was a lot of previously released stuff. Then we did an EP called Sinners and Saints. We did an album called Dad's Journey. That was, let's see, 1, 2. A couple of songs were from Go Time, and then there were a couple from the immediate aftermath. So again, that was a hodgepodge of stuff. We did an album called Arcadia, which Dean had done a lot of new material for, but my stuff was recycled from previous projects again. So there we go. Still hadn't done any new music. There we go, November of last year. First time we actually did an entirely new album. Loaded Souls. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tracks, and all 13 tracks were recorded specifically for that album. Actually, it was a follow-up album for one that we'd only released on Bandcamp. Oh, this song, by the way, is called "Where the Sidewalk Never Ends." It's myself and Jamie, and this Jamie section is about to come up right now. I'm gonna actually be quiet for a little bit. Y'all can hear this part. I love this part of the song.
Me too.
All right. Now, right there.
I like the ominous sounds.
Mm-hmm. You see, there's it's a very it sounds like okay, it's just a keyboard, bass, guitar, and a drum machine. But if you really listen to it, it's a very harmonically, compositionally complex song. It's all Jamie right here. I played the parts, but that was Jamie's notes. I love that. This is one of my favorite parts of any song we've ever done, actually. The way it just builds up. It's very cinematic. And I'll get to the general discussion, guys. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten. See, it's crescendos. I can picture this being played by an orchestra, like in a movie. Or being used like in an RPG, like a Final Fantasy, back when Final Fantasy was good.
Yeah.
Next track is called Finding Peace Outside of the Church. This was Dean. At first, when we were putting together the album, I remember you were like, it was the one track you weren't sure, if it fit. And I told you it actually fits perfect because the album is more of a dark, more of a sinister kind of vibe to it. Well, this lighthearted, chirpy track, if you listen to the course of the album, is it really so happy, or is it more of like a twisted, almost like a funhouse thing? You kind of look at it in the concept of the album, or not the concept of the album, just give me the context of the album,
Mm-hmm.
But, so anyway, guys, so November of 2020, we released our first album, our first, real, entirely new album, and it was our, let's see, a first, and then we had a Bandcamp only album, but we're not going to count that because some of those were, I guess we can count that. So I'm going to count that as a second. All right, so that's 2. Then Winter in Paradise is 3. I was released in January, but most recorded in December. Beyond the Voyage, which is in February, that's 4. Immersion, which is in May, that's 5. Blood In, Blood Out, that's June, that's 6. Pictures Worth 1,000 Words, that's July, that's 7. Stripped, which is also July, that's 8. Algorithm is a Dancer is 9. And this is our 10th album, hon. But our 9th on streaming platforms. And Odds and Ends. Okay, this is captured. This song was originally recorded back in 2003. And that original version can be found on our compilation, Decade of Decadence, which covers the 2001 to 2011 time period. Um, this I took the original music for Captured along with something that Jamie was working on, and I combined the two of them. I did like a mashup of the two parts, and they actually fit perfect. All right, this is all still the original. I'll let you know when it changes to Jamie's. Still. Now, to Jamie. See how it complements on what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Brilliant. I just lay the two parts on top of each other. And then back to the original part. That was pretty freaking cool right there. And when I layered the two parts on top of it, I put my melody playing the bass line, and her bass playing the melody. And playing at the same time, and I was like, wow, that was a good way to transition. We got another project called Odds and Ends. It was kind of a compilation in the sense that it had some singles. All right, this song's called Beef. This was another Jamie song, and the reason why is because it's only three root notes in the whole entire. There's a B, an E, and an F. There's an E flat and an E natural. So it's B, E, E natural, E flat, F, and then sometimes B, E flat, E natural, F. But beef. And the funny part is the part right after changes the gag. So it's G-A-G. That sequence. So it's like, because remember that's back when she went through a little vegetarian thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see. That was brilliant though. I was like, it worked. Got kind of almost like a lo-fi electro type feel. That's so cool. But anyway, Odds and Ends had a few singles that we had put out, and a few tracks that we hadn't put out previously that we, for various reasons, like there was an issue with one of our distributors that we tried like recently, which is going to be in a whole different video, but somehow uploaded the wrong file. I chose from a list. I chose one, but they got the other one that had a similar title, but not quite the same one. Oh gosh, let me mute that. Mute the ad. So anyway, so it was their fault, but oh well. And I didn't feel like taking the album down, so I could have got it corrected, but I said screw it. Now that I'm with DistroKid, I'm thinking about. I thought about taking the albums down and just putting everything up through them, but I may end up doing that eventually. But I'd rather not have any kind of gaps in our catalog right now, just in case there's a hiccup. But I bring up Odds and Ends because, Yeah, there were some not album singles on there. Like there was a cover of To Xanarkin from the Final Fantasy X soundtrack. There was an instrumental cover of the Beach Boys song "Till I Die." But there was like a little suite of songs that I did that kind of had like this RPG role-playing game, like Final Fantasy esque type of trip. It was Pokey Flow, the name of the song. Her Secret Love, I Choose You. That's two. Sky Mouse was another one. Basically a bat. There's no creative way to sing bat. I'm surprised I didn't put that on Blood Out, Blood In. Considering, hon, that there, you know, the whole bat thing, the whole bat motif between that and the other one, but it was too happy, you know, it would have fit. And I was saying, but what about the other song? Yeah, difference is there was room for one happy sounding song on the album. Okay, here's Eventide. This is Dean. I love this. And this kind of reminds me a lot of like his earlier stuff when he first joined the band last year. You know, more of a piano-driven sound, which works perfectly in its placement because then right after Captured, which was also piano-driven. Even though Odds and Ends is a compilation that kind of works as an album on its own right, I do recommend checking it out, guys. Got a couple remakes on there too. Check it out. I love that. I like the delay. I can't remember if I added that when I was mastering the album, or if Dean had done that in the original, the original recording. I gotta check the raw tapes. I love that. And this is Soy Sauce Demon and the Watermelon Monster. I'm like, where the hell did you come up with that title? Well, I'll tell you. It was an inside joke. Yep. Oh, I guess you want to hear the actual story. It was an inside joke. I don't know how it came up, but it was a reference to something someone had said, something about drinking a watermelon monster, and the song he was listening to was like smelly like soy sauce or something like that. Like that, he was drinking watermelon monster, and I told him, like, bro, it gives me an idea for a song. I should title something like Soy Sauce Demon and the Watermelon Monster. He was like, bro, do it. I did. I even think no one's heard the song. That's the funny part, huh? I should have done it for a live stream, but I made. See, this kind of has like this same kind of, like, I call it like this sci-fi hip-hop type thing. Well, if you remember, there was a song that Raymond and I did on Blood In, Blood Out, Psychedelic It, that was kind of like that.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the sequel to that. I know you're like, what? Yeah, I didn't realize that until like, I was actually listening to it like, and when we put the album out, and I was like, wow. The only thing I was missing was the Beach Boys cover. Remember, I was originally gonna put that on this album. Now says, you know what? Then it's gonna be pretty much then just a retread. Now I could have put War Machine on this one. Then it'll be like another 10-minute song from you, like Take the Easy Way Out. But what can you do, right? This is Dean. This is called Dazed and Lost. And see, this is again because he had 2 tracks like this in Blood In. I remember, and I had Benediction. That was right in between those two. I was gonna do another acapella thing and put it, but again, I could have done it, but then I just would have been repeating the same formula. You know?
Yeah.
And here's 17 different ways. This was Jamie, Raymond, and Jay, Big J, and of course Airplane Flies. Would fly over the quietest song and album.
You remember that song when we was outside?
Oh yeah, and every time I kept trying to play that one track, and it was Ominous Regret, by the way.
Was it Ominous Regret?
Yeah, I was trying to play the chords. And
Figures.
And no, it wasn't. It was One Up. It was One Up, man. It was Ominous Regret. It was One Up, which I didn't finish until recently. But yeah, it was every time I kept trying to play those chords, the airplane fly over, and I couldn't hear what I was doing.
Every time.
Every freaking time.
It was like we go out there
This
like
part was Raymond's.
times and stuff, and the same thing would happen again.
You can tell that's Raymond's part. The Duke Waka part is Jay. And Jamie's bass part. And back to Jamie. The funny part is Jamie. But it sounds like that sounds like stuff I was doing like around 2013. Remember?
I would say earlier than that.
No, I was saying specifically like the newer recorded stuff I did for Go Time, or if you want to take it that far, some of the outtakes like Identity Crisis, which we end up releasing last May for Dance of the Dead. But yeah, it was like, but you know what though, that was the sound I had back in '06, huh? You're right, it was earlier than that, but like, because Identity Crisis, I think I started it back that long and I didn't finish it. That's why it was called Identity Crisis, because I finished it years later. And see, this is Jamie by herself. This is Where the Hell Am I? But you know, so that it ended kind of similar to the groove of, it began similar to the way 17 Different Ways ended. That is such a mean groove right there. Yeah, the extra do part was an accident. When I was playing it, I hit a couple extra notes. I was like, oh shit. And I was gonna fix it, and Jamie was like, no, leave it. Bass, piano, and two different types of synths. There's one that's kind of like a pad sound. Alright, here we go. Like that bass. You know, the first time I played it the triplet like diddy lily part, but the other times I did a diddy diddy part, so it kind of like it was less fluttery and more staccato.
Yeah.
Like, it's because see that's the thing when you live play something as opposed to just like pasting notes around and making loops like that, is you're not gonna be able to capture it the same way. I guess that's why her stuff kind of. Wish I was different. This was me by myself. It's gonna have a different feel when something is actually played, as opposed to just created. Like if you're just pasting a note in a grid and then moving it. There's nothing wrong with that. We did that for 19 years.
Yeah.
But listen to this. This is me playing the. This part from Where the Hell Am I to that song, this song, and A Cold Sore in My Soul. Those three songs together may be my favorite section on any album we've ever done.
I agree. Yeah. But I really like, I'm trying to think. It's not The Long Walk. It's not.
Where the Sidewalk Never Ends. That was earlier in the album.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm saying like these three songs together, like that grouping, because really it could have been one song. Because how they fade into each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the end of the Beach Boys 2012 album. That's What God Made the Radio. We had Pacific Coast Highway, Summer's Gone, and then From There and Back Again. Remember, they kind of like a little suite, like a little mini suite. That's kind of what this is. Those three songs. And hell, I could have split Where the Sidewalk Never Ends in half and done the same thing. I could have lumped them all together, but oh crap! Of course, the ad right before my favorite song in the album. Actually, a cold Sore in My Soul. That's the name of the song. It's another one that was just me. And to be honest, it may be my favorite song I've ever written. Let me say, I've done catchier songs. I may have done more complex songs, but there was just something about the vibe when I was doing it, and I was just playing chords at first, and I was just kind of. I remember when I just hit record, and I just started kind of improvising.
Yeah.
And I had gotten about 16 bars in, I stopped, and I was like, I listened to the playback what I was doing. Because originally I was just kind of messing around because I was going to put a beat behind it and do something new on top of the beat. But then what I came up with was so cool. I was like, whoa, dude, this is, I think I got something here. You remember you like telling me keep going with it?
Yeah.
So, you may not have had any writing credits in the album, hun, but like production arrangement wise, you were huge. Put it like that. You were very, very, very important. Without you, I couldn't. This wouldn't sound. The album wouldn't sound anywhere near as good as it does. We're almost to the end of it, but damn ad. We got this, and we got one more ad. I got it muted, guys. I know, like, this is really disjointed. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm not trying to get the video taken down because of somebody's stupid healthcare ad, and you know, it's got a little jingle in the background, and next thing you know, some, you know, Timothy B. Nobody from down the street, he wrote a little jingle. All of a sudden, he's lawyering up because, you know, I used 5 seconds of his little happy dance song that he was using for some commercial, you know, my video by accident. Anyway, this is it, guys. That was just me. I was just playing. And then I ended up repeating that part, just put a beat behind it. It's got almost like a reggae beat to it. You know? Kind of like what I went for Zamunda, only more subtle. I love that. And I'm just playing chords, and I'm just like... Then I went and added a sub bass to it, and it kept the same beat. I love that. I normally don't get this excited about my own music, you know, that's kind of masturbatory, but this is, it's really hit when I was doing it. And see where the beat cut out. I love that. You know, that kind of reminds me of our older stuff. Honey, you know, the fun. Honey, it's kind of the same. It's the same pattern.
Yeah.
It's a very simple song. Not a lot of, you know, changes. It's just, sometimes simple is better. It's just really nice groove. And we go to the strangest song on the album, MHMK. What that stands for, I don't know. That's Jamie. It's her by herself. She actually, I didn't even touch the thing. This is all her. Literally all her. All the notes. That's it. I know you're like, what the hell was that? That little sound collage was originally going to be a giant troll job that Jamie had done because we go to this live stream hosted by this really nice guy under the name of MMXVII, aka 2017. He's an up and coming hip hop artist. Very, very talented young guy. Nice dude. But he does a live stream where he gives you know, people a chance to, you know, they submit one song a week, and you know, he reacts to it. You know, everybody else that's participating, you know, is on there too. You know, and he'll give you feedback. You know, like what worked, you know, what didn't work, what you can do to improve. And I've learned so much. I mean, and this is, you're talking to someone who went to college for music production, and someone who's been doing this for, you know, for a couple decades now. And from when I started doing this back in May, was it May or June? June. When I started doing it back. Yeah, that's right. Cause Stripped had come out. Remember Tropical Sunrise? Stripped hadn't come out yet, but Tropical Sunrise was the first song. Anyway, from June to now, it's like, oh my God, man, it's like the amount of growth since then. Well, look how many albums we've put out since then, huh? I mean, we've got Stripped, Algorithm is a Dancer, that's 2. This album, that's 3. Odds and Ends, that's enough material, which is basically, all new material as well. It just didn't fit in on Blood Out. That's 4. We've done 4 albums since June, and that's not counting the non-album singles we put out. We got currently we're working on a Final Fantasy, yes, the video game series, Final Fantasy covers album. Working on that. We've released several tracks in there. We're working on a Beach Boys tribute album. We've already put out several singles from that. We're also working on another covers album. This is going to be various different songs that we dig. Our first single from it, which is a cover of Superstar, which was first made famous by the Carpenters. We're releasing it on this Friday, May 8th. May 8th. Holy crap! What the hell?
May 8th.
October the 8th. Excuse me. Releasing it on October the 8th, this Friday, and Jamie is actually the lead vocalist on there. So their first recorded vocal, and it's exciting. So we got those 3 albums, and we're working on a Christmas album. And an album of all new material. So that's 5 albums we're working on concurrently, all at the same time. So we really do got a lot of material in the pipeline, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I know it's a long one. Kind of rambled a little bit, but those of you guys who followed us for all the years on YouTube, you'll know that's what I do. But this was a lot of fun. I'm gonna do another. We're gonna do something like this tomorrow, maybe another day. But we're gonna go over, some of the different songs in our catalog. Kind of let you guys know, kind of like the story behind some of these things. I don't know what the hell kind of sound you call us, because we're not an electronic band. Like we're not dance music. We have some electronic sounds to us, but we're not a pop band by any means. We have some rock elements, but we're not a rock band. We have some elements of hip hop, but we certainly are not hip hop artists. But we have some elements of everything, so it's kind of hard to put us in a certain category. But maybe kind of helping, you guys, if y'all hear some of the stuff here, hear kind of like the story behind some of the stuff and the vibe we're going for. Maybe that'll kind of be, kind of help y'all be like, oh, you know what, I get it. Because if you don't know, I've been writing music since I was 11. I'm 43 now. And music's my life. It is 100% everything that if you ever want to know the real me, just listen to my music. And they're like, but they're instrumentals, there's no words. We don't know your story. Well, sometimes stories aren't necessarily best told through actual words. I have a condition known as synesthesia. Y'all can look it up, but long story short, I basically, for me, the way it affects me is I actually can physically feel and emotionally connect to music as something tangible. All right, it's look it up. No, I'm no doctor. I don't want to go into the scientific part of anything. That's not what you guys watch this channel for. But that kind of also does affect my sound, my songwriting. And So a lot of times, notes, you can tell how how I am. Like, how's your day going? I could tell you. You say, oh, I went to the store. I went to do this. I went to do that. Or you can listen to the music and you'll know exactly the type of frame of mind I'm in. But so, anyways, next time we're gonna go over some more stuff. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys found this interesting. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. If you have any questions, just leave some comments, or hit me up via email at feartostop@yahoo.com. Just I want us to be the type of artists that are have this type of connection with our fans. I mean, it sounds so pretentious. I'm sorry. If you dig our music, cool. Let's rap. And I mean that in the '70s colloquial term. Like, let's talk. I don't mean like yo. I went for a run with who? My nuts all around the block. Took no shortcuts. Ran all the way home. Bust down the door. My nuts was dragging all over the floor. I'm not gonna bust out like that. So I don't have that rhythm. That's so stereotypical. Have you noticed, son? Like, even to this day, over 40 years that rap has been, an art form, or a genre of music. 40 plus years now. You see people like who make it like, ooh, they rap or something like that, and you can tell whoever the scriptwriter is has no idea of anything with hip hop or nothing. Like, they still have like this 1980s mentality. Like, you see somebody beatboxing, I'm like, dude, that joke was beat to the ground when I was a kid.
I know.
And it's people still doing it. I'm like, wow, honey, are you aware that we're at the point of
no return?
Okay, no, of course, no return. I'm gonna wrap it up like this, guys. This is how old I'm feeling right now. When I was a kid, new school rap were people like Tupac. Old school were people like Grandmaster Flash or the Fat Boys, or Cool Mo D, or Melly Mel, all them people,
Tupac was gangster rap. So.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like the new school versus the old school. Snoop Dogg, the gangster rap was the new school. Now, honey, new school would be someone like Nolan, but we're talking about like established artists would be someone like oh my God, who actually is a rapper these days? Lil Nas X. I don't consider him to be. He's a hip hop artist, but he's more than that. He's got like he melds so many different genres. But if you want, okay, it'll be like someone like Masked Wolf or Kid Laroi. Well, even though Kid Laroi sings too, so like that's a bad example. Someone like Masked Wolf, with that dude, or Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch, there you go.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch, or Lil Baby, or I would say it's a baby, but he can go to hell. People like that. Oh, I guess, Kanye or Drake, they're lame as a one-legged chicken. But they're old anyway. Not old, but I mean they wouldn't fit that. That was actually going to be my point. Someone like Roddy Ricch is new school. Someone like old school would be someone like Kanye. Kanye would be considered to be old school. No, even more than that. Chameleonaire, 50 Cent, Eminem. Those are your old school.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac, that's preschool.
Girl,
Grandmaster Flash, sperm and egg. Yo, we gotta wrap this up. It just hit 50 minute mark.
Tupac and Snoop Dogg and all them. I think that when Tupac died, that was kind of like the beginning of the end of rap as we know it.
As it was at that time.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, because then then when and we gotta wrap up. This is 50 minutes. This is a subject for another video, but yeah, when it started, like when P Diddy became like the main dude, it got really dire for a while.
He had Saul and KB.
It was, yeah, the 2000s were kind of, this is like the subject for a whole nother video, but yeah, the 2000s were kind of a weird period. But we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, good golf, good tennis, whatever makes you happy. Be good. I'm cold, in case you're wondering why I did. I didn't realize I actually put this on already. I look stupid. Anyway, till next time. Peace.
Peace.